The Rise of Nottingham Forest, Part 2.
Football is the game, it's the same thing. When we consider, we say, okay, it's possible, we go with our idea, with our philosophy.
Phase 1, the risk. In December 2023, Forest took a risk. They sacked the man who had done so much for them, to bring in someone who had a very underwhelming recent spell at Spurs. However, this decision changed the team for the better. This was Nuno's first starting 11 in a 3-2 loss at home against Bournemouth, with a very controversial red card for Willy Boly. And you can immediately see the change in structure going from a back 3 under Steve Cooper to a back 4. Now, result aside, you could see the defensive mess that Nuno had inherited, with the team very timid and not assertive enough in the air, actually allowing Solanke to score 2 headed goals from very, very low XG chances. Nuno wanted to change that, and he realised that if I can get these players, this squad, to defend well in a back 4, we'll reap the benefits going forward. And this result perhaps kick-started Nuno's focus on the defence. Phase 2, survival. Burnley 1, Nottingham Forest 2. The final game of the season and a win kept Forest up. And bear in mind that Forest got this result by only keeping 27% of the ball in that game, another indication of his tactical style to come. But although Nuno's team stayed up, there was still no real improvement in the stats, and in fact Forest made absolutely no progress up the table. But what the board saw was that they were conceding far less big chances. Phase 3, finding the balance. So the summer transfer window of 2024 rolled around, and this was Nuno's chance to get in some players into this squad who would fit his style perfectly. Enter Elliot Anderson, a player hungry for first team football, coming from a team who play high intensity football and could be that engine in the midfield that Forest needed. But he also has the passing range and the technical ability to complement that. You see here how Forest are actually bottom in the league for successful long passes, because that's not their style. Want their midfielders to move the ball in a shorter and more direct fashion, to bait the opposition into press and allowing more space on the counter-attack. Also coming into the side was Milenkovic, a centre-back who was great at aerial duels, something they were clearly struggling with, having conceded the most goals from set pieces last season. A defender who slotted perfectly into that backline and complemented his partner Murillo very well. Murillo definitely the more technical of the two, able to carry the ball forward, able to progress the ball up the pitch for his team, whilst Milenkovic would be that brick, the guy who would cover him, the guy who would stay back, and there he begins to develop that balance. Going into the season, Nuno had found his best 11 and therefore discovered the balance that he'd been searching for.